Good morning, students. How are you? Hope you're doing good. And you're waiting for the class, and all the classes have been completed. And I hope you're in sync with me, right? And you have already developed the back box layout and designed the box layout as well, right? And now we are going to get started and try and make a bit flexible model instead of a box layout. Right, box layout, but flexible box layout, right? So let me give you an overview, and today we are going to start with part 6 of JSP full stack web application development. And as you're aware of all the processes that web development, full stack web development is not only developing web applications using JSP and other parts, right? It's taking every single thing, right? As I keep on telling you every single day, that we have to use all the tools. Like so far we have used JSON, we have used AJX with jQueries, and we have also integrated JSON, right, for taking JSON inputs. And we have seen that how automatic placements, and we also learned that how automatic mappings do take place, right? So today we'll be doing the equal distribution, and we'll be completing the design, and then we'll be distributing what is supposed to be for the header, and what's supposed to be for footer, and for the content section as well, right? So let's get started quickly. All right, this is our index.jsp, and this is our CSS, right? So now what we have to do to make it a flexible box model, I will not do too many changes, but I'll just do a bit of change so that it reflects that, right? Okay, so now what we are going to do, and we have to also make sure that the web application we are developing is accessible from all the browsers around the world, like all the WebKit browsers, Opera is the WebKit browser, Safari is WebKit browser, Mozilla is WebKit browser, Google Chrome is a WebKit browser, and we'll be integrating those things as well, right? So let's get quickly started with the first thing, because it's always first thing first. So now what I do, right, so you can see that the complete section right here. So this section right here, right? So this section is something that holds all the articles, right? Written, whatever. We may extend articles, we have only two, or even if you extend them, you don't have to you don't have to style them separately. So as they are already styled, I may finish up one article and then I may go with another article right here. Right, if I go for another article, you can see that I don't have to style it, right? So it's already styled. We have applied the box styling, and we have applied what do we call that as multiple layouts, right? Right, we are styling multiple things at the same time, right? As we have directly targeted article, right, and all the articles in the section are going to take in with many different things. You'll get aware of those things. But what I do for flexible model here, there is a ruling, right? So you know what is the ruling for flexible model? For example, we have two things. This is our wrapper, right? And we have two different things here. This is the article, and this is our side news, right? So one we are going to make fixed, another we are going to make flexible. So that's the much better thing, right, that we do, right? And then we'll try and make it slowly responsive as well, right? So one will be fixed, another is going to be flexible. So now what I do here, I'll go and make a div and make sure the complete section from here to here, I'll just give a single tab to this section so that it looks inside this div. So I'll create a div here. So I'll call this div id, right, main section div, right? So I'll make sure that I wrap up all the content which is inside the section, right? So I'm going to wrap up inside main div, right? So this is basically all the sections are here, right? So for example, we have article number 1 here and article number 2 here. Footer is outside, and now what I do, I'll wrap up. Now this entire section is going to be wrapped up inside a div, and then we'll make this div flexible, right? So this is the start of div, and I end at the end of the section. I may end my div right here. So now then we have ended div, and this is all what I intend doing here. Alright, and now I'll go to CSS and I'll do my styling with CSS here. Now the first thing that I am going to do is target body and get rid of this text align center, right? So the moment you get rid of this text align center, right, so you'll not be able to see it here, but yeah, majority of browsers will. Let me even clear the history first. Right, because at times a lot many things get cached. All right, Alright, so make sure that our box layout or the layout of the website is centered from all the browsers, right? And now what I do, I'll call the WebKit support here, right? So it's WebKit is for WebKit browsers like Safari, Opera, we have Google Chrome and Mozilla as well. So I'll say dash WebKit. So I'll say dash WebKit. Now all modern styles, modern styling using CSS3, it's pure CSS3, uses WebKit box packs. So I'll say box dash pack. So this is not available here, but it's a new version, right? So now my body is going to be a WebKit box pack, and how I am going to align this to center. So WebKit box pack center. So now it is as good as align text align center. I will not be able to see the, okay, now so this is done. Now we'll go to our wrapper, right? And I'll directly go to my wrapper, right? So I'll also call this wrapper, hey wrapper, that you are going to display yourself as a complete box, as a complete container. And for that, what you got to do is, you don't want text align left. No, I don't want you to text align left. So the moment I do this, nothing happens, right? So now what I do, I will say display. Instead of typing display block, I say you have to display yourself as a WebKit. I'll say dash WebKit dash box. So this is the box layout. So I call dash WebKit dash box. Now it's not going to be something that is expected to come inline. So it's going to be a complete box layout wrapper, right? And I say this box is going to be dash WebKit dash box dash pack. I'll again say it will not be available in CSS because it's the latest version of CSS3. I'll say center. Now this is as good as text align center, but now it is basically the box pack which your display is. You're telling your browser, hey browser, that please use the WebKit box pack to center, right? And you can use WebKit box pack center and you will display it as a box, right? So display box or display block is one and the same thing. The moment you do this, now you can see that everything goes here and there, right? You can clearly see that. And I'll go to body and I'll say, hey body, your width is 100%, right? Take your width as 100%, right? And take it as available. Whatever is available, you got to take it. So now box pack is center, body. All right, so I'll not call body. First, I'll also call my body. Just a moment. Okay, body has 100% width, and I'll say display. Right, I'll say display WebKit dash box. Right, so you're also going to follow the box layout, and the background color is this WebKit box pack, WEBKIT dash box dash pack is center. Okay, fine. And my wrapper here is having the maximum width. The display is WebKit box dash WebKit box, right? That's fine. And WebKit box pack is center, right? Okay. I'll not call this center, so let me say display is WebKit, so I will just call the vertical alignments, right? So I'll say align everything vertically here, right? And first I'll call the flexible model. I say WebKit dash flex, right? And I can say display dash WebKit box, and I'll say WebKit dash box dash orientation, that is ORIENT. So let me call the orientation as or we can call WebKit box flex. I need flexible. So if I say 0, flexible model is off, right? If I say 1, that is true. So I say flexible model is true. All right, so now this is done. Flexible model display is WebKit box, and flexible model is on. And another thing that I'll say, hey, WebKit dash box dash ORIENT orientation is vertical, right? I don't want horizontal alignment, I want vertical alignments. Now the moment you say vertical alignments, now you can see that it has taken the complete area, because the width of body is 100%, and the width of wrapper is 1240. If I say 1140, it's not taking it, right? So let it be 1240, or let me call this as 1000 pixels. Should be able to take it, not taking it. So let me keep it 1240 pixels. And now this width is not going to be width, right? So because once you are using flexible model, it's going to take this width as minimum width. Maximum is going to be taken automatically, whatever width is available. But this is going to be taken minimum width, right? Maximum is going to be taken automatically. What you have to tell, if you want those spaces from this and this side, you'll have to tell, hey, this is not the minimum width. This is the maximum width for my wrapper. The moment you say max width, now you can see that's automatically aligned from the corners. Let me say 1200 pixels so that you can clearly see. Now you can clearly see. Now if you say only width, so it is going to take it by default as maximum width. Now you can see it's taken the width available area. Why? Because we are using it as a WebKit box, right? The box layout of WebKit, and we are telling that we need vertical alignment, right? And flexibility is true right here. So this is all what we have to do, and we don't intend doing anything else right here, right? And every single thing is fine, right? So now then we have made one more div right here, which is div main section div. We just made this div. And this div has our the section, right, which has articles and every single thing, right? So let me style it. I'll say, hey, main section, right? So I'll just say display, right? I'll again call this WebKit. I'll say WebKit dash box. You also having a box list display, or the layout is box list display, right? Or you can say it's equivalent to display block of other browsers, but now we are using modern style. And I'll also use dash WebKit dash box dash ORIENT orientation, but this is not going to be vertical orientation, this is going to be horizontal, HORIZONTAL. I want you to have horizontal orientation. Now you can see main section div is right here, and it has main content, which is a section, right? And I say display WebKit box, that's fine. And the orientation is going to be horizontal orientation. Now I'll go to my section, right? So this is my main content right here, right? And I will say that, hey, content, you need to be, right, you need to be WebKit dash box dash flex. Please keep the flexibility on, right? So it's going to follow the flexible box model, right? And also you need to have you need not to float towards left. No need to float towards left. Now width is 780 pixels and margin is 30 pixels. That's quite good. Flexibility is on, padding is 20 pixels. Okay, we can give padding as well, but yeah, now it's taking the entire area right here. Now can you see this? Because it's taken entire area now, right? Whatever is available. You can see flexibility, it's going to adjust automatically, right? You can see this. But yeah, we still remember we have to use the sidebar here from this side. So I can say padding is going to be 20 pixels. If you want, Alright, so the padding is also taken. Sorry. Main section is done. Margin is there, border is there, and every single thing is done, I suppose, with main content. Alright, and top menu is also good. Yeah, top menu is also good. Now we'll go to the sidebar, which is the side. So this is side news. Alright, so I'll not call this as flow left. Background is there, border, width. Width is going to be 270 pixels, margin is going to be 20, and everything is right. And padding is going to be 30 pixels, so it's absolutely right. So let me see where it has it. Okay, it's here. Alright. Okay, let me see what else can be done. Background, border, so width, if I say 20, 200 pixels, yeah, it's still coming there, right? I'll get rid of this margin right also. Alright, so now I need this to come here in the side. So side news has to be now fixed, right? And for that, what I need to do is I need to create menu is also there. Alright, but that's already done, I suppose. Right, main section is also done. Can I go with maximum width of the main section so that it's taken automatically? Right, so where is the main content? Yeah, the flexible model is on, so I can say width. Okay, why is it taking width? It's flexible model, so don't take width. Right, so I don't want you to take any width. Right, so let me refresh it. Still taking the entire available area. Main content is the section, right? Yeah, main content is the section. Now it's taking the entire area. Margin is 30 pixels, so that's absolutely understood. Let me have margin 20 pixels, and WebKit flexible model is on, so that's not a problem now. Where is this taking, where is my main content taking border from? Right, maybe I'll have to delete the history to check once again. So I'll say clear browser history. I don't know, but where is this border coming from? So let me inspect the element. Maybe we're doing something wrong here. No, so that is here. This is the main section and this is the main content. Right, so main content is following. So the article has this, but where is this border coming from? Yeah, the border is as that of article, right? So what we do, it does not have any border right here. So maybe we are not doing justice with article div, right? So we'll have to see how our article div is placed. All right. Okay, let me check article div first so that we can do anything else. So where is article? Okay, this here, article, background, padding and margin bottom. So article has nothing to do with. Right, so section is there. And does it have aside as well then? No, we haven't kept aside here in this section. So let me keep aside also in this section so that aside is not following the flexible model. Yeah, you can see now we had done mistake. We had kept aside out. Now we are going to keep everything in this div, right? Now let me tell you what is happening here. Aside also is now inside this div. Okay, so this div is main section. It takes the section and the section has two articles and it takes it has two articles and it also takes the aside right here. Now what is the styling for aside and every single thing? Now you can say main section is displayed like a box and it's aligning the orientation to horizontal. That means both the divs are going to come in a single line, but they have to follow the box layout right here, so they're following the box layout. And now we can say margin right 10 pixels so that it comes just like this. Yeah, it has come now. This is our news, right? So let me give it width of 220 pixels, right? Maybe 270 pixels. Yeah, 290 pixels. Okay, 290 pixels looks better. And padding is 10, margin right is 10. Let me have margin right 15 pixels. Right, so now you can see that there is good amount of gap from this side, and let me say minimum dash height is 200 pixels. So it's always going to remain 200 pixels, right? So that is the minimum height that it has to follow, right? So now everything looks fine. Okay, let me get rid of this minimum height and padding. Let me give it 20 pixels only. Fine, so this is also fine. And margin is going to be 20 pixels from the top, maybe more. Now it looks better. 20 pixels. And what is the margin for article? Margin bottom? No. Main section does not have any margin. Okay, let me give 30 pixels margin from top side. 60. No, 60 is too much. 40. Alright, so 40 looks much better. So now they are in line. Right, so this is your sidebar and this is your box layout now ready. Now you can see this right here. Okay, so this is following the flexible model. Now this is fixed. Alright, and okay, let me go with 250 pixels of width here. Alright, so now this is fixed. Now you can see that the content is automatically aligned as per the width. So now you can see it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. Alright, so for example, if I use any image in here, so the image is also going to get adjusted automatically as per this box layout, right? And this is my footer right here. So let me go ahead and say footer. Now I will say minimum dash height is equal to 100 pixels. So I'll give 100 pixels. What footer? So yeah, it is the footer div. Okay, we have given footer. Basically I have to target the main footer right here, and for that what I need to do is, let me call this footer id is equal to main footer, main footer. So this is main footer. I give this an id. Right, so this is main footer. I'll say hash main footer. Okay, and I'll call this to take minimum height as 100 pixels. Alright, and I can say background is going to be hash f5 f5 f5. So this is the background. Now the background is ready, and now I can say border dash top is equal to hash triple c solid 1 pixels of border. Fine, now this is my footer and everything looks nice about this box layout. So welcome to my website. Now let me go ahead, and this is welcome to my website h1. So I will go in here and I will say I will use I'll use two different things here. So I will use let me call that as section. Right, so let me close this section. It's inside the header. Alright, and I may call this as now we have this section, and this section is going to have img src equal. So I have this logo here, logo of NIIT. So I'll put it in imgs folder. Have we made? No, we haven't yet. So let me create new folder, and I call this as image imgs, right? So let me copy and paste. So I have it here, my HTML website. We have some image. Yeah, there is the logo. So I'll drag and drop, or you can copy paste as well as per your liking. So I feel like dragging and dropping, so I'll do the drag and drop. Now you can see logo is right here. So I'll call this logo, I'll say imgsrc is equal to, go inside imgs, and there is a file known as logo trans.png, so use that. You can see the logo has taken over everything because it's coming at the back side of it. So let me style it top, header and section, right? Okay, I'll say top header, and I have section inside top header, right? And it is going to be the section is going to be the same WebKit box, and it's going to be taken orientation of horizontal, right? And I can say the top section even has another thing, that is, it has an img tag. You mind if you set the width of img to 150 pixels, right? You never set the image width, right? Never set, when you're setting the width, do not ever dare to set height, because it's going to get stretched. Let the image adjust the size as per the aspect ratio, right? Okay, now we can go and say padding. Section has padding of 10 pixels because it's coming just like this. So let me give it more, padding of 15 pixels. Right, now you can see the logo is coming at the proper place, right? And okay, now this adjusted, right? And every single thing looks better now. You can see the flexible model is also working, right? And logo is also flexible model, so we're following that concept of flexible model once again. So let me give it background red just to check alignment. I don't intend doing background. You can say it's taken the complete area, right? And inside this I can have another aside, right? And I will say hello. Right, so now aside is coming just underneath this. I don't want this to come underneath, right? I am going to do styling here, right? Just like I did to side news. So okay, so this is my main section. Where is my side? Okay, main content is having flex 1, so I'll set flex 1 here as well. Okay, so this section is going to take padding and background, and except from that is going to be flexible. So the moment I make it flexible, now you can see it is flexible. Okay, I have to close it down. I didn't terminate it. Okay, now since I have terminated it, alright, so the section has been terminated now. And another property that I'm going to apply to this section is I am going to assign the property here to this section, that is margin 0. So I don't want any margins. Okay, and let me set a width. So I'll say width, which is going to be maximum width is going to be 50 pixels. No, 50 is going to be too short. It's going to be 250 pixels. Alright, so now this is 250 pixels, and it is flexible, right? And it has padding as well. Okay, now we have to style a hash top header has a section, and that section has an aside. So I'll say margin from top, so I'll say margin 0 pixels. The moment I say margin, is it aside or what? Yeah, it's ASIDE. And let me take this aside inside the section right here. Right, you can see it's coming right here now inside this section, right? So I can say margin 10 pixels. Okay, or I'll say margin 0 pixels. Fine. So let me call this now it has come exactly at the same time, so let me call this Srinagar, CENTER, center. Fine, it's fallen under the place, absolutely right. What I can do right here is get rid of this background red because it was just to check the alignments and nothing else, right? So far good. So now we are having an IT Srinagar center, absolutely right. And let's say text, or we can say font size is going to be 13 pixels, maybe too much small. Yeah, letter spacing, let me give it letter spacing of 1 pixels. Yeah, now it looks better. And color hash, maybe lighter. Yeah, Srinagar center, so it should not be too much dark, right? Or you can say hash 999, right? So it is now gray, right? Srinagar center is here. So this is the end of our box layer. So we'll keep on updating it, so the design will get updates and many different things will also happen. So one thing I forgot is to style the menu. So this is my ally, so I can say padding of 15 pixels. 165 pixels is too much padding, right? 15 pixels, and let me give, so I will say border dash right is going to be 1 pixels solid, just darker border than what we have chosen so far. Alright, so let me close it down and give it some dark border. Okay, color chooser, so maybe towards the darker side. Okay, so let me see, or let me go to HSV. So this is, I suppose, the background color here that we have chosen, or this. So I will go a bit dark, not too much dark, right? Okay, now you can see from this side the border has come. I'll give padding again, so I'll say padding right 10 pixels more, or maybe 20 pixels, right? So now we have good amount of spaces, right? And I'll also say letter spacing of 1 pixels, please. And I'll say text dash transform to uppercase, capitalize everything, right? So now it looks better. And I'll say font dash size 14 pixels here. Yeah, now everything is fine. Okay, let me say the top menu li, whenever you hover through it, right? So whenever you hover through it, right? Hover means mouse over. So I'll say cursor is pointer, PO. I'm using cursor, pointer, and what else? Background is going to be hash white, and color is going to be maybe blue. Yeah, color is going to be blue, sky blue maybe. Fine, so now you can see, so it's working absolutely fine. So now this thing is done. This is your footer, and this is my sidebar, and it has a flexible design, right? You can see the text is getting automatically assigned. Yeah, so far nice. So the actual thing is, now what we have to do is, now we know that this is going to be in a top menu. So I am going to take this complete navigation tag, and now you can see we have views. I'll go to views, I'll say new JSP, and I call this as navigation. I'll call this as main navigation, right? And I'll paste this, right? And what I will do right here, right, it's not here because this is something that's meant to be repeated. So I will use include. Now see what I do here. I will use include, and I will just call the folder which is views, and I'll call main navigation.jsp. Now you can see it's given to browser as a single file, right? And what I will do right here, I'll take my main section, all right? Also, let me take this to header first, right? So I'll take this, including menu, so I'll take it to header. right? And let me go to includes. We have header.jsp, right? Inside wrapper, I take this top header and including menu bar, right? So now we know that we are in different directory, right? I have to go one step back. Now then you can see that everything is working fine. And the second thing that I will be doing is, right, so maybe we may not require these articles somewhere else, right? Maybe this is meant for only the basic page. Okay, I'll take first this section right here, footer. So I'll take it to footer.jsp, right here, right? I'll take it to footer.jsp, right? And you can see now you have footerless website. Maybe if you save it, only if you save it, you'll be able to see. No, it's already in the footer. Why do we have footerless website? No, we do not have. Right. The second thing that I'm going to do, take this opening of main div section and main content. I'll take both of them in the header section, right? After the navigation, I'll take them in the header section. I'm not closing them here. Alright, so now you can see it's also given to your browser as a single file. And I'm sorry. And the second thing that we are going to do here is take now this closing, right, which is sidebar is going to be available for all the pages, so that's what I want. And I will take this closing of section and including this aside in the footer. It depends on your particular design. I mean, whatever you intend, you can do that, right? So now this is what I want, right? So now I'll have to save the index, otherwise I may have to do two sidebars right here. Okay. All right, so now we have two sidebars. I don't know, something is wrong. Sidebar has gone out. All right, so why? Okay, let me do it once again, because maybe I have missed something out, right? Yeah, now it's absolutely fine. And now section is closing down here. And what's inside index.jsp now? Okay, it has the closing down of section, and it also has this div closer, right? So I can take this right inside footer, right, and before this, right? So now we can see, yeah, now everything is fine. Okay, so we have been able to do everything as per the plan. So this is my main section, right? So why am I closing down this section here? No, this is no section here. There's no section here. Okay, so this is the close of section. Inside section we have an aside, and then we have footer. Footer has copyright. Yeah, now we have been able to divide it into different groups. So let me see now how our the second page we have is maybe profile.jsp. Let me see, how does profile.jsp look like? Now you can see profile.jsp already has everything integrated, right? So this is the sidebar for profile.jsp, and the footer is there and the header is here. Now even if you go to page source and have a look at the page source, everything has been assembled in nice manner. It's going to give it as a single page. So let me also show you what is happening right here. If I open profile, now you can see profile has nothing. It has header, it has footer. Now whatever I do here, for example, now I create this profile, I'll say hello. Now this is going to come in the profile, right? You can clearly see this hello is coming in the profile. Now you style each and every page as per your own likings. This is profile, and now if you go back, and this is your main page, right? If you want to assign a banner here, you can assign a banner, whatever you may like. We'll keep on updating this website. We'll first make a content management system of the website wherein we update every single thing, and we'll make sure that everything comes here dynamically, and then we'll go for the exam management system, right? Let me take a look at timings. So timings is 40. We have crossed 40, right? So let me give an overview what we have done so far, and then close it down as soon as possible. I'll go to default. The first thing I did today was our body had width 100%. If I get rid of this, you will say, sir, nothing is happening, right? So don't worry, we are just handling cross-browser compatibilities. Display is body WebKit box. Now if I delete this, you'll say Sir, nothing is happening. Don't worry, we're handling cross-browser compatibilities. And this center, nothing is happening. We are handling cross-browser compatibilities. Okay, it's as good as writing text line center. But actual thing starts from wrapper. What we done? We said maximum width. Why? Because the moment you say vertical alignment, it's necessary to have the maximum width. Otherwise, it's going to take only width as the minimum width, as I have shown you already. Right, and the second thing, you have to display it as a WebKit box, right, so that all the WebKit browsers including Opera, Safari, Google Chrome and Mozilla supports it, right? And then what we did, we created a div to wrap up everything inside content div, right? And we call this main section, and we even displayed it as box, right? And we said that now you're going to have horizontal alignment, right? Why? Because we require horizontal alignments, because we have two divs, one is flexible, one is not. And then we went to our main section and said, hey section, all right, you're going to align it to horizontal, but the div that you are in, we call that as main section, is going to use the WebKit flexible property as true, right? So this is not the top header, sorry, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Main section div, and then we have the section. Here is our section. Okay, this is main content, right? So this is the main content. This is the section which has articles in it, and this is going to be flexible. So this is this, right? So this is going to be flexible. But before that, we said that the div that it's in the main div is going to take the horizontal alignment of the text, right? So the moment I said flexible true to only main content, which means that now this aside is not going to be flexible, only this is going to be flexible, right? So this is going to be flexible only, including the text that's in it is going to be flexible, right? And then what we did is nothing, fine, right? We used img, and now the basic HTML that you are very sure of and you're very aware of. And then the actual thing that we did today was we divided everything, right? Now if I take this away, now this has only articles. Now you can see this is how my website may look like. This is my main page and this is my profile page, right? And all the pages have automatically JavaScript included in it. Now you can see, right, default.css and jquery.js both are included because we're using common header here, right? So what are we using? We're using common header here, right? And let me close it down. And now we said that this page is going to have this extra, right, which is articles only, right? So we said half of the things are in the header, including the header tag and opening of main section and main content. Main section and main content are closed in footer. You can say this is the main section closure and this is the content closure. This is the section content and this is the main div which wraps up everything, and then footer is meant to be in the footer only, right? And now for example, if I go for a new page, right, so see the magic now. If I go for a new page and I call this let's say about I call this register, right, student, so I'll say REGIST, register student. So the name of the page is register student.jsp. I'm going to delete everything. Immediately I'll say include file, which is inside views, right? And no, not the views, ink. So go to ink, include file, header.jsp, and go and include file, which is inside inc again, and we call this as footer.jsp. And in between, whatever you have to do, you just do it. So let me have a paragraph here. All right, I'll say hello. Now you can see, if I now go to this new file, this is already ready without even wasting too much of time. The framework is giving us. Why am I typing PHP? I don't know, right? Okay, register student, I don't know, something is wrong. Okay, register student.jsp is not here. I kept it somewhere, I don't know. Where is register student? It has gone to views, right? I don't know why. No, it's not inside view. Register. Okay, I'll have to copy. Maybe I make spelling mistakes. I don't know why. Alright, so it is REGISTERSTUDENT. Now what did I do wrong? So I'll say register student.jsp. Now you can see it has come. This is hello, and everything is automatically aligned and assigned, right? So our flexible model is ready. Now it can be accessed from any browser, right? So you can see the flexibility right? It's still not completely responsive, but we will be making it responsive slowly and steadily. We have to still develop quite many things that are yet to be developed. But yeah, now the framework is ready. Now the configuration is ready. Everything is ready. We're setting up everything nicely. Right? And imagine that we're not using any third party. You should be proud of yourself that we're not using any third party framework. We're developing our framework in such a manner, right, that we will reuse every bit of the code, every bit of the design, every bit, right? And we will reuse, we'll save the memory, right? We're going for static things, we are designing in a better way, right? And we're doing everything right? Maybe there may be some mistakes that are underneath or not visible, but yeah, they are meant to happen even if we are able to do 90% right. So that's going to be a big achievement for all the students and for you. And thanks for being patient. Thanks for watching it regularly and understanding it regularly. Let me know if we can help you down in the comment section or message me directly. Alright, and please I request for the final time, be in sync with me. The synchronous process has to be there so that we are moving head to head, right? And wish you all the best. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.